This would be the lower side on Saapo Kagwa Road. The junction is right here. So we are redeveloping, repositioning the pitch and aligning it perfectly to CAF requirements. We'll have a running track.
How many lanes?
8 lanes, a standard 8 lanes. Yeah, so then we have an inset pitch, a football pitch right in the middle that meets CAF standards.
Does that have a provision for rugby?
Yes, they can play rugby. It's in the same pitch. Yeah, so then we have a pavilion, and as mentioned by the Vice Chancellor, this is a portion of the pavilion that they anticipate to have. So we'll do a portion of it to fit within the budget, but later on they can extend once government gives them more resources on the second phase of their project. They can always expand this pavilion either side, but also create another pavilion on the upper side toward Mary Stewart, I think. So this is the phase 1.
I'm also aware that we might be putting in other additional indoor games, outside games within the complex which is at the Makerere University land here. Ours as a Minister of Education and Sports is to thank you, because you had the right not to accept to give us your land to put up such an infrastructure. But also I want to confirm in my earlier discussion with Professor and particularly the people in sports department, which of course I want to confirm, we agreed that we work in line with your plan. Because as a university, you had already planned on how to develop that sports facility as Makerere University. But your challenge was resources. But our plan is working in line with your plan. So we are not bringing in a facility which you, as a university, has not approved, has not agreed on. Ours is entirely to say, as a ministry responsible for education, which Makerere is part of us, is entirely to complement one another. To my team, of course, I want to say this. We had hoped to have this facility worked on as phase 1 for purpose of CHAN competition, which begins in August 2nd. But as government, we all have financial challenges. We tried what we could to ensure that we get this money on time. Unfortunately, we couldn't. No wonder we have continued spending more money in the private sector to support them for purpose of putting up temporary infrastructure to manage the competition, which is we're going to host beginning 2nd of August to 28th of August. However, for purposes of the record, this facility is going to be constructed with effect of next financial year. But I want to repeat, the big function where the senior minister herself, who is the Minister of Education and Sports, will come to, is a groundbreaking ceremony which we will be able to perform after the stage which we are going through today. I want to say this, especially to thank the President. The vision for AFCON 2027, if it was not him, I don't think East Africa would be where we are today. And for Uganda, I want to confirm, we are going to spend about 1.5 trillion in sports infrastructure development. This is the biggest investment this government has invested in sports development in the history of this government. No wonder some of you are seeing what's happening in Hoima. We are already in Alakibwe and Lira. We are already we are going to Nambole. We are going to go into phase 2, which is soon. We are going to award a contract also soon. And you will see new works beginning again in Nambole. That's all in line with our target of making sure that we are ready by 2027. Of course, for Chambogo University, I want to confirm that our presence is already total at almost 40%. The facility will be ready for CHAN. By August 2nd, we shall have that facility ready to be used. And we are all working with these universities to ensure that we work according to their plan. So without taking a lot of time, Professor, I can't have many words. I'm very grateful on behalf of my minister, and after here, I'm going to have a meeting with her. I'll pass on to your regards that finally we have had the MOU, because when I went to her telling her I'm going to go to a private person to put in additional money. She asked me, what happened with the Makerere? I only told her that, Mama, the challenge is finance did not give us money on time.
We agreed to follow our plan because that plan is very comprehensive. Of course, as we go along, maybe ideas can come in for improvement, but at least you accept the general concept. Makerere is a university that values sports very much. We participate in practically all university-related sports activities, and we are sending teams to Africa, to the world area, and we come back with the trophies. But we also are aware that sports will help to build our children into full citizens, and we cannot overemphasize the contribution that sports makes in building leaders for the future. So we are very grateful to government and to the National Council of Sports for considering it necessary to put this facility here at Makerere University. And I do believe that the facility will be used by the children of the country. It will not just be a Makerere facility, although we are hosting it, that it will be available for use by the National Council for whatever activities they want. And we will be happy to collaborate. I'm happy to hear that there will also be a racetrack and that we can also have other facilities for outdoor games. And we really are looking forward to this starting as soon as possible. Just to tell you that this was one of my, when I was I was not campaigning, but when I was presenting my program of becoming a VC, I say, this is the only thing I was fearing I will leave without implementing. And then you come and just tell me we are bringing it. So I want to thank you very much, government and National Council for Sports, for this very important facility at Makerere University.
The dream that you have is big, but we've picked what could fit within this project. And as mentioned by my minister, the football training pitch, the athletics running track, and the pavilion will fit into this 21.8 something billion project for construction. So 22 billion is going to be spent at Makerere University in line with AFCON 2027 project and CHAN 2024. So we are happy as National Council of Sports because we know that this will be put to very good use. We have a strong supervising team, like I've mentioned, and that's Ministry of Works, where now your very own Dr. Makerere has tagged with them coming from the First Lady's office on the monitoring team for infrastructure to ensure that we have very, very good projects. Of course, our team from the Ministry of Education and Sports, our engineering team will be part of the project. Assistant Commissioner Benitwe will be part of the team, and your Makerere team will join us as to provide oversight together with the National Council of Sports. So from our side as the infrastructure committee, subcommittee for AFCON, we are committed to ensuring that we meet CAF's requirements, which are not very low requirements. Okay. When the minister tells you what you see at the quality of infrastructure that you see at the training pitch at Nambole is what you are going to have. When you talk about grass, you talk about the construction of the pitch, the draining of the pitch, the changing rooms is going to meet, they will all meet CAF standards. So we are excited as government that we partner in a project that will volunteers our country in the area of sport. We are happy to live in this moment where the government has decided that the 1.3 trillion should come to the sports sector. Some of us have been in sports for so long, and we will ensure, Honorable Minister will work to ensure that what you have steered and what Mama has steered and what the President has guided and dictated on has to be done and to the perfection that it deserves, and that our people will enjoy AFCON, and that for the legacy of these games, Makerere will always look back and smile that we hosted AFCON and benefited with this legacy project. Thank you.